What's up guys, it's your boy Tranco. In today's video, we will be building the Tamiya TT02 Type-S. This kit is just like literally different from the TT02. It's got some multiple upgrades, like turnbuckle shafts, so you can adjust the toe in and toe out. And this literally is an upgrade from the standard TT02. Since you got already a couple of aluminum parts installed. Alright guys, let's hop into it. What I'm holding right now is my old TT02. I've already removed what I need from it and everything. So it should be ready to roll. Alright, let's unbox this bad boy. Before I unbox the TT02 Type-S, for more information, this does not include an ESC, a servo, and all of the techno bar. Before I unbox this TT02 Type-S, the ESC I'm going to use is this Hobby Wing 10BL120 sensor brushless electric speed controller. You can use 2 and 3S lipos on this, and this is my recommendation for people who want to buy ESC, the Hobby Wing 10BL120. Link in the description below. Alright guys, let's unbox this thing in 3, 2, 1. Boom! What you reckon? From those electronics to parts, more parts, spools, the tires, more parts, bag A, B, and C, top chassis, more parts, differentials, servo, suspension parts. And if you notice here, I've got 2 hop-up options. I'm going to use the 29 tooth gear for this one. And if you're wondering why I got this, if you see that this is a battery plate, this is for to attach the transponders. Since if you notice, the stock TT02 doesn't come with the transponder tape. Unlike even its older brother, the TT01. And yeah, let's get rolling. I'll show you too what I build. What's up guys, it's the next day. Right now we're going to be adding the connectors and the motor connections to this speed controller. As I mentioned before, the Hobby Wing Quick Run. It's a 120 amp PSC and you can use 2 and 3S LiPo with this. So it should be great enough since I use a 2S. The connector we'll be using is this. This is the T plug or DN's connector. This is the cap that goes here, and we have to solder the positive and negative wires to each of these connectors. And for this process, to make the job easier, we will be using solder flux. Obviously, soldering iron. We just have to plug this in a bit. And for polarity check, here's my lithium polymer battery. The one with the vertical line is positive, the one with the horizontal line here is negative, according to this battery pack. And what we will also need is heat shrink, And by the way, this double-sided tape I wouldn't use, since I don't really think that the tape that you get from the ESC is not really is effective. So let's say we will use our own double-sided tape for this one. And last but not the least, we will be using helping hands. These are really cheap. You can just get them for a couple dollars on the internet or wherever in your local area has it. It will be really easy to use. We will be clipping the wires into each of these clips. For this model, as you see here, there are 6. So it should be pretty easy to use. And before I forget, what we will be using to connect the ESC to the motor is this. Let me zoom in. Alright, okay, so this is the connector we're going to use. These gold pins, we will have to desolder those. And as you see there, the soldering iron is clipped into one of the helping hands and it's plugged in. And the reason why I'm literally keeping it here so it doesn't really make a dot on the table, which should be pretty annoying, especially if you cannot remove that. Enough procrastination, let's get it. Alright guys, after some fiddling, I got the connector to come on. Look at that right there. It's a really bad soldering job, don't hate me for it. It's just my first time, honestly. If you see that, probably let me focus the camera. There. I don't think it's really that bad, but yeah, if this will do the job, it just does the job. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put heat shrink all over this, since the solder is too big, the cap just won't fit. And just for your information, there's a piece of foam in between the two solder joints so they don't short. Boom! And now the connector is plugged in. We're going to chuck it on the car and we're ready to rip. Yes! There, so again set up, ready to rip.